If your business is making money, but it still feels stressful, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just missing one piece that no one ever explains clearly: the difference between income and cash flow. I see this every day as an accountant, especially with capable, hardworking women who still feel financially unsafe. So let's talk about where this confusion really comes from. Because the stress you're feeling, it didn't come out of nowhere. So we're taught that more sales equals more success. More income should mean more security, but that's not how real life works in business. We've all seen those Instagram posts celebrating big revenue months, but nobody screenshots their profit and loss statement or their bank account balance. We're celebrating the wrong number, and it's creating a distorted picture of what success actually looks like. So you can have a profitable year on paper, but still be stressed about paying your mortgage next Tuesday. And profit is an accounting concept. Cash flow is your reality. So we've been conditioned to brag about the six-figure launch, but nobody talks about the $90,000 in expenses that left the person behind the launch broke and exhausted. Your nervous system doesn't respond to revenue, it responds to what's actually sitting in your account. So here's the thing. Most people use these terms interchangeably. Income, revenue, cash flow. They all sound like they mean the same thing, but the difference between them, that's where all the stress lives. So let's break it down in the simplest way possible. So income, that's what comes in, that's before expenses and before taxes. Cash flow, that's what's left, that's what's available, and what you can actually use. So here's what they don't tell you. Income and cash flow exist in different time zones. You might make a sale today, invoice next week, and then get paid in 30 days. But then you realize that you owe quarterly taxes on this in 3 months. So your income just happens in January, but your cash flow is scattered across 4 months. You can invoice $10,000 this month and still only have $500 in your bank account. That's income without cash flow, and it really sucks. Now, if you're hearing this and thinking, okay, I get the concept, but you're still feeling that tightness in your chest when you think about your business finances, that's because this isn't just a math problem, it's a nervous system problem. So this is why business feels emotionally intense. For so many women, your brain thinks that you're doing well, but your body feels unsafe. So you know that Sunday night dread some people get about Monday morning? So when you don't have a cash flow system, you're forced into a state of financial hypervigilance. You're constantly checking your banking app, you're waiting for notifications, and you're holding your breath until the next client pays you. This isn't a business strategy, it's a survival response. Every small purchase feels like a high-stakes crisis because you don't know the downstream effect on your rent or your payroll. A calm business eliminates that fatigue by giving every dollar a job before it even arrives. Now here's where it gets even more complicated, because when we feel this way, anxious, uncertain, always on edge about money, we tend to make it mean something about us, especially as women. So most women think the stress means they're bad with money. It does not. Many of the women that I work with were straight-A students. They followed every rule. They did everything right. So when business feels chaotic financially, they assume they must be the problem. But you can't get an A+ in a class that you were never taught. So cash flow management isn't intuitive, it's a learned behavior. So we think we need a therapist or a mindset coach to fix our money blocks, but when often we just need a better system. Clarity is the best cure for financial anxiety. So if you're manually tracking every penny in your head, you're working a second unpaid job as a human calculator. So no wonder you're burnt out. And what if I told you that the opposite of this constant stress isn't just possible, it's actually pretty simple. And you don't need to become a different person, you just need a different system. So think of cash flow systems like a weather forecast. You don't control the weather, but knowing that it's going to rain next Tuesday means that you can plan accordingly. So you bring an umbrella, you don't plan any outdoor events. A cash flow system gives you that same power of preparation. So imagine opening your bank account and seeing 3 distinct buckets. So one of them for taxes, government money, the other one's for business, your day-to-day expenses, and the other one is purely and simply yours to take. So that's the end of guessing if you can afford a coffee or a vacation. In a calm business, you don't pay yourself whenever there's enough left over. You pay yourself on a schedule because the system ensures that the money is already there for you when you need it. So when you know where your money is going, when it's coming in, and what belongs to taxes, savings, and spending, your whole body relaxes. And here's what might be the most important part. When you have cash flow clarity, you finally get to enjoy what you've built. So you can take that vacation without guilt checking your phone or your bank account. You can invest in help without panic. You can actually celebrate your wins because you know that they're real and sustainable. If your business feels stressful, even though it's making money, please know this: you just are running a business without the proper systems in place. So if you want more calm, clear, confident money without the hustle culture, hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.